The first thought I had after watching the GTA 6 trailer was this: Jason reminds me of someone. Okay, it was the second thought. The first one was wow. Graphics look so good, much better than I've expected. Anyway, after watching it a few times, many times, I'm pretty sure that Jason is literally John Marston. Not like a reincarnation of John Marston. Not because he kind of looks like John Marston, he even has a scar on his face. Look right here. But it doesn't really matter. It's not because he sounds like John Marston. Trust. But because it really looks like it's going to be the same type of character as John Marston. But not this one. Not the cool one. I'm sorry, no. This one. Please let me explain why do I think so. Explain this theory. But first, a few words about another popular theory that probably isn't even born yet, but I'm pretty sure that in the future you will see it a lot. That Jason is the grandson of John Marston. I'm pretty sure that you will see this theory a lot later because yes, he looks like John a little bit and older Jack Marston. He sounds like John, and also, apparently, in Marston's family, they love to give their sons names that start with the letter J even more. Rockstar loves to add Easter eggs into their games, and there will be a lot of such Easter eggs referring to Red Dead Redemption 2. Similar to how in GTA 5, you can find the book written by Jack Marston. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that some of these Easter eggs will give us reasons to believe that Jason is somehow related to John and Jack Marston. Like Jason will say that his grandfather was a gunslinger or something like that. It just makes so much sense for Rockstar to add such detail to make fans arguing with each other and bring even more attention to GTA 6. But they will never officially confirm anything. They will never say if Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 6 are even in the same universe. And no, they will keep us guessing, keep us making theories, because it's profitable actually. But now, let's go back to why Jason reminds me of John Marston from Red Dead Redemption 2. Maybe it's too early to make such judgments, but from this trailer, it looks like the real main character is Lucia. She's the one in charge. She is making all the decisions. She is the real strong character, and Jason looks like number 2 or 3 or worse. And here is why. Scene number 1. They drive in a car, and police is around. Jason is driving, and he looks focused, but also nervous, and Lucia looks comfortable in this situation. And even more in the last frame, it looks like she's starting to smile. But the next scene is much more important, although this one is actually creating the first impression. Anyway, in the second scene, Lucia and Jason are now walking out of the store after robbing it. We know it because he's holding the money. Lucia is leading, and she looks extremely focused, and Jason is following her. And by the way, take a look at this moment in slow motion. He briefly looks at Lucia, almost unnoticeably. But again, you might say that it means nothing. So take a look at the next scene, breaking into the store. Lucia is not only leading this time, she kicks the door, she aims first, and Jason yet again only follows. Another interesting detail is that when we see them together in a romantic scene, Lucia is on top again. It's just an interesting detail. Also, she kind of forces him to submit to her will and says trust. And he's like, ma'am, yeah, okay. Another interesting detail is a song that we hear during this trailer. It's Love is a Long Road by Tom Petty, and it literally says, "There was a girl I knew. She said she cared about me. She tried to make my world the way she thought it should be." Later, you will see that it's something that could be said by John Marston. John Marston from Red Dead Redemption 2. I have to remind you that John Marston from RDR2 and RDR1 are two different persons. But returning to Jason and Lucia, we see Lucia much more in this trailer, especially since it looks like that's also her in this moment. It's almost definitely her. But let me know what you think in the comments. It's possible that it's because of marketing reasons. Also, who knows, maybe in a second trailer, Rockstar will focus on Jason. But from this trailer, it really looks like Lucia is in charge. You might say that we shouldn't make conclusions based on a small amount of information shown in a trailer, especially since it could be out of context. But think about this. Every single second, every single frame in this trailer was thought out in detail by Rockstar. Every single episode, every single moment, every single frame delivers a message and delivers perfectly. That's why this trailer is so successful. And they are not only showing us what the game engine is capable of. Like, these are not just random scenes, it's a message that Rockstar sends to us. We still can do satire. And every other second in this trailer is also not random. And that's why I think that we have some information to make conclusions about how relationships between Jason and Lucia will look like. So if these first impressions are correct, Jason is a tough guy. But it just happened that his partner has a stronger personality. And that's why he reminds me of John Marston. John Marston is a tough guy as well. He's a cold-blooded killer. He's not a coward at all. He's always ready to stand up for himself. But it just happened that all the time he's under the influence of people with stronger characters. Dutch, father, Arthur, brother, and then Abigail, prostitute that lives in one camp with them. I'm sorry, but it's true. At first, I wanted to say wife or girlfriend, but it's not what Abigail is to John. At least until the epilogue in Red Dead Redemption 2. He doesn't care about her. It just happened that Abigail has a child from John. That's it. He also doesn't care about the child, by the way. He just wants to be an outlaw, a gunslinger. But Abigail wants him to be something completely different. Husband, father, farmer, normal person. In a few words. And since she has a stronger will, she wins. At least until another strong female character shows up and tells him to go and do some shooting, like in the good old times. But overall, during the events of Red Dead Redemption 2, John Marston became someone who Abigail wanted him to be. Remember, she tried to make my world the way she thought it should be. Actually, after listening to this song, it really looks to me that Dan Hauser was inspired by it when he was creating the Abigail and John Marston story. Dan Hauser left Rockstar a few years ago. But still, it looks like in GTA 6, big focus will be on relations between Jason and Lucia. Obviously, it's not going to be exactly the same as between John and Abigail, because Lucia and Abigail have less in common than Jason and John, in my opinion, and probably the result will be different. You know, since they focus on trust so much, I guess there will be betrayal. But in any way, it's such an interesting topic to study and explore the nature of relationships. I just hope that nowadays Rockstar, after so many great story writers have left the company, can handle it. But we'll find out about it only in 2025, and so far, we can only make theories. And by the way, if you like different theories, I suggest you go and check the video that you can see on your screen now. It's a few interesting theories about who was the real Red in Red Dead Redemption 2. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.